Greetings and salutation, YouTubers. It's Anonymous Nobody, and I'm back with another video. I apologize for my hiatus as I was under the weather, but now I'm pretty much about 80% recovered. Thank you for tuning in for today's episode, which is 80% equals 100%. Now, I'm no mathematician, but we all know that 100% is 100%. But when you're dealing in relationships or just people in general, I feel if someone's willing to give you 80%, that's the equivalent of 100%. As we all know in this world that there are no absolutes, and nothing is ever 100% accurate or 100% guaranteed, besides maybe the sun rising and setting. And even that may not necessarily be 100% depending on the part of the world you're in. But when I speak of 80% equaling 100% of someone giving you energy or attention or loyalty, that little 20% may feel to you like the missing piece of the puzzle or that void that's missing in your life. But from my own experiences, trying to get that last 20% isn't worth it. And I've just realized in relationships and my dealings with people and individuals that if somebody's willing to give you 80%, that's pretty much about as good as you're going to get from a human. Now, there are other reasons why I came to this conclusion. Human nature, for the most part, when you think about it, just dealing with the opposite sex. Women primarily want a man who will change, and men want a woman who will not change, thus going against their own nature. Women by nature will change. Men by nature are more consistent and probably will not change, more set in their ways, more stoic. Even when you think of in the terms of the yin-yang theory, that good and evil struggle, that even in the midst of pure evil, there is some good. And in the midst of all the goodness in the world, there's a little evil. The kid with straight A's that tells a white lie. Or the pure evil criminal who stops to help an old lady across the street. These are things that you witness every day. And this is part of how I came to this conclusion. Now, in another facet of the 80-20 rule, so to speak, that 20% that you may not necessarily agree with or like is actually what attracts you to the opposite sex. It's that part, that unknown part. It's a different part of the world that partner brings to you. And instead of running from it or badgering your partner to give you that last 20% that you so desire, I think it's in your best interest to just embrace it and take it for what it is. And realize if someone is giving you 80%, you might as well go ahead and make that 100%. How many times have you seen a particular person go serial dating? They'll date this guy, date that guy, date. And for some reason, it never quite works out. More times than not, it's probably because of that 20%. That little 20% that she couldn't get from this particular person, she felt like that it was going to be a failure. Even at work, do you honestly give 100% at work? even though you collect a paycheck, you probably give about 80%. And your employers will probably see that as about as good as it's going to get. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. There are some who go above and beyond, typically like the kid in honors class who gets 130% and screws up the bell curve. But for the most part, in anything, not just relationships, you giving about 80%, yeah, it's about 100 when you really look at it. Well, that's all I have for today, listeners, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time. Before you go ahead and click to the next video, do me a favor and hit that like button. And also, tell a friend if you found this informative or entertaining. Hit me in the comment section if you have a question or a suggestion for another video. I will respond to all comments and, of course, open to all and any feedback. As we approach the end of 2019, I look to come back stronger and more robust in the year to come. I wish you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.